Alrighty, we are live for Florida and Toronto. Sorry, Florida at Toronto. I am going on hope right now, hopes and dreams that the internet holds up through this. Unfortunately, semi-fortunately, but unfortunately, I missed being on here for Washington and Carolina, which ended up being a great game. Carolina in overtime. And man, my pops called that one. It like 4 minutes, 3 minutes between before Carolina tied it up. He was like, "Oh, this is going to overtime." I'm like, I think Washington's gonna get the empty netter. So a couple minutes later, boom, 1-1. It was like, yeah, I know better than to argue against you. That's on me. But then Vegas losing 4-2, an unfortunate goal given up by Aiden Hill, and that just altered everything. Hey, predict Florida to win 3-2 overtime, Winnipeg 3-2 in regular time. Um I gotta do some thinking real quick. Um Now my brain's all mushed together with all the games. Um See Florida taking it 3-2 in overtime. I don't know. I think they found some holes in Bobrovsky, so I think it's gonna be like 5-3 Toronto. Did they the last time? Yeah, you did. But I'll take 5-3 Toronto. Ooh, you know what? Wool did well. But no, I'm gonna go the other way. Yeah, I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna go 5-3 Florida since Wool is gonna be playing. Nothing against Wool, but no, sorry. Yeah. No, that's exactly what I was thinking. Never mind. Yeah. So I'm taking Florida 5-3. I think Florida is gonna beat Wool, and I think Toronto might do a couple of stupid. Oh, I call them stupid. They're probably not really stupid, but they're probably going to do some things to get some penalties because they're pissed off about Stellars and pissed off about a couple other things. So yeah, I'll give it to Florida 5-3, and then with Dallas and the Winnipeg for game two. Let me look at their stats real quick. Dallas is better on the power play, better on the kill, a little bit better on the face off, and a little bit better goals against. How do I think Winnipeg's going to do against Ottinger? Um, hmm. I hate to say that it really depends on power plays, but I think it's really going to depend on power plays. You're taking 3 to Winnipeg to win. I'll take Winnipeg over Dallas. But I'm kind of taking Dallas in the series. Gonna see if Halibut got, just a couple of days was enough to give him some rest and let him come back. A little bit of a confidence boost for Winnipeg's, but same for Dallas. If Otter had a better first round, go Cats. X-Men, right on. I see Florida winning this game. That was actually what I was just kind of working my brain through. Oops. But yeah, I'm taking Florida for this one. What's going on here? Oh, come on. What's going on here? How do you go for a bracket? I had three. Three of them are already done. So, yeah, mine was bad. You got 8 out of 8, and you have Carolina winning over Edmonton in the final. Hey, right on, man. I'm hoping that is nowhere close to correct just because I want Vegas. I need Vegas to beat Edmonton, but for sure. But yeah, LA did not do the way that I thought they were going to do. Oh, that's not even what I want here. Let's see. All right. Is that unfortunately, when it comes to Vegas and Edmonton, I didn't get to see anything. I had to listen to it all. There's no way you're saying that. Yeah, no, this. They're looking through and they have him getting kind of getting tapped maybe by his teammate. And they're like, oh, here's another shot he took. It's like, no, no, no. The puck to the head, and then Bennett busting his shit. That's what put Stellaris down. And it's bullshit. If he, no suspension, no nothing like that. Like I said, it just, the reason it pisses me off is because they suspended Hagel. If they didn't suspend him, there'd be no conversation to be had. But Florida has done a couple of things that should have cost them, and all it's cost them is Ekblad for 2 games. How'd they go? Oh, I already read that. Whoops. Then I ended up not doing a bracket. I wish I did, but I got lazy. And excuse me. But it'd be beat already just because I took Colorado, LA, or I would have taken Colorado, LA, and Tampa. Oh yeah, this is the chick that says it weird, so I gotta be ready. Okay. Night. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Man, some teeth on this lady. No one's further behind. All right, so I know that one ain't right. All right, just double checking to see I am on the feed that is going to be best, and we are. Sergei Bobrovsky versus Joseph Wool. See, that's the thing. Stellars didn't give up a goal, and then Wool came in 9:46 left in the second period, so just over halfway through the game, and went 17 on 20. So that's why I see Florida. Like I said, I don't doubt Toronto's gonna poke some holes in Bobrovsky, but Florida is going to beat Wool. Ooh, Verhaeghe with the steal going the other way. It's got Lustrinieden and who is that? 15. Lundell, I should know this. Puck all the way up high. Lustrinieden and Carlo battle for it. Nyes ends up with it getting down the ice. And it looks like it probably is somebody on the bench. All right, McCabe with the little soft toss. Florida's going to go back the other way. Reinhardt into the zone with the little move, and Wool fights off his shot with the blocker. Reinhardt gets it to the low point. Jones looking. Skates all the way across to the high dot. Circles back, gets it to Mikkola. Shot! And kicked away to the low corner. Mikkola gets his own rebound. Barkov ends up with the puck. Gets it up the low boards. Reinhardt coming back down the boards. Kicks it out to the front. And it goes off a skate. Marner gets it back the other way. Florida getting a change in as Kulikov controls from his own zone. All the way up the high boards. No icing. I thought it missed everybody. Nope. Kachuk working his way against Ekman Larson. Gets it to the low point. Sent right back down to the low corner. Bennett kicks it out front, and Wool's going to cover it. And Kachuk just kind of getting into it with everybody. Go figure. Dude, that elbow. That elbow still pisses me off. We all know why he did it. We all know he meant to do everything. He meant for that to go exactly how it happened. I haven't seen a more blatant I am going to hurt you elbow in a long time. Ekman Larson tries to get it past, I can't see a number, but does not. Florida keeps it in. I think that was Sturm doing some work. Oh, that should have been a hold. It is. Okay. The crowd went nuts. I forgot we were in Toronto. So holding on the Maple Leafs, and as far as I'm concerned, it absolutely was. Coop's not going mad, so I got to assume. Yeah, Kulikov works his way up the wall. Okay, yeah, see, my dumb brain. I knew I saw a hold. I thought they were calling it on the Leafs, but no, that was obviously Kulikov. Cool, I call him Coop too. But yeah, Paul Maurice not going absolutely ape shit on the bench. It's the same as the Devils coach when a penalty happened. All right, Matthews gets it up to the point. Marner, Nylander buys some space. Ekblad had to get back. Marner throws it up front. Nice, fighting for it. And Bobrovsky's able to kick it away. All right, who are our officials? Just so I know who to bitch at. Matthews dumps it deep in the corner. Jones back first. Gets helped by Mikkola. Nyes and Matthews fighting for it. Man, guys cannot stay on their feet in the low corner of the Florida zone. Reinhart in. 3-on-3, right. Puck up front. Mikkola cannot tip it past Woll. I forgot. There's no way. Dude, call the penalty, call the trip on Marchand, but call the embellishment on Woll. That was like, I mean, I'll watch it again, and if my opinion's changed, fine. But Woll spun around like a figure skater, dude, and I just don't buy it by the contact I saw. Dude, okay, see, I was just making a joke about how wait, how is he offside right there? I'm actually confused by that. I'm getting confused by whose power play this is because Toronto's getting down low, but then Florida would go back and control in the zone, and then Toronto would like try to come back the other way, and Florida would attack, and my brain just couldn't handle it. Nah, get out of here, dude. If anything, that should have been a... Like, I don't think it was a penalty at all, but if anything, that should have been a penalty on Woll for interference. Leafs trying to get it forward. We're back to even strength, thank goodness, because my brain could not wrap around who was on the power play. And it's very easy to figure that out. So, Kachuk shoots. Woll makes the kick save. Schmitty all the way back. Kicks it to Kulikov, who throws it down the low wall. And it pops back out to neutral. All right, see, I took one day off thinking, you know what? Like, the internet wasn't working. It sucked. I would have loved to have been here for both of those games. They ended up... I mean, Vegas lost, which sucked, but at least the first one ended up being a really good game. But unfortunately, we got hit with a nasty storm. Like, we had, like, in the corners of the backyard was just mounds of hail. It hailed hard for a little bit. And... the storm flooded everything, and the internet was trashed till about an hour and a half ago. But yeah, I had one day off, and I'm already 10 times more lost than I usually am. Not a good look. Anyway, hand pass. And Lustrinin is just being a chippy little bastard to Riley. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Oh, that's so McCabe went to send it back. That's how Kachuk ended up with his shot. I missed it, but McCabe just trying to put it into his own zone, whiffs on it. He got a pat. He did get a blocker though. So shout out to Wool. So far, so good. I mean, it's only been 6 minutes, but nice. Florida keeps it in. Pacioretty just blasted Marchand. Right in the numbers. Forsling wins the battle against Nylander, but Lindell loses it in his skates. Samoskevich able to get it deep, and Tanev fighting with Boquist. Samoskevich kind of got a skate. Might have got away with a little bit of a trip. I won't say for sure, but might have. That was a good play right there from the Toronto defenseman. Who was that? No, that wasn't Ekman Larson. Who was that? I didn't recognize the number. Yeah, but Jesus, dude, we ended up with having a nasty storm out here. I was just talking about it. A bunch of hail flooded a bunch of different stuff, and the internet went out, and it was not working till about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. But yeah, it was very unfortunate. Didn't get to be here for Vegas game 1, which sucks because even if we lose, it's still Vegas. And you know I like to be here for them, but the first game was really good. Yeah, no, I saw the games. Cable was fine, just didn't have internet. Trying to work the puck to the front, denied by Bobrovsky. Riley throws it off the boards, looking for the rebound. It comes out. Yarncroc couldn't get a stick on it. And then who is that? Somebody got slashed. I can't tell if that was Tanev or the Rents. Yeah, I said it is what it is, you know. Life happens. See, I'm surprised anything lets you bet a 4.5 on this series. Florida working their way out all the way back. Live betting for sure. Trying to get it across the red line. Tavares trying to make a move. He just got tripped. There you go. The ref decided to wait. Yeah, why are they still going? See, the ref decided to wait until the crowd went nuts to call it a penalty. And that annoys me. Always has, always will. It's like, you're the referee, not the crowd. Was that a tripping? Yes. But you got to be the one calling it. He could just be a slow thinker. I mean, let's be real. All right. I'll get this in. I said, so far, Wool has surprised me a little bit. I was definitely expecting I'm still expecting him to struggle later on. There's a lot of hockey left, but so far he looks okay. Oh. You know what? Hang on. Damn it. I actually didn't mean to do that. One sec. Let me look at a thing or two real quick while we're waiting on this commercial break. I don't see what I'm looking for. Um, Hang on. Okay. Let's see where we are at right now, stat wise. Sorry, I'm trying to take care of stuff and it's on my phone, so it's basically you just looking at my fucking the top of my head. Shots are 4-3 Florida. Face off 6-1 for Toronto. Second penalty coming right now. Second power play for Toronto. Hits are 8 apiece. And Toronto has 4 giveaways that they have gotten extremely lucky to not end up giving up a goal. Like I said, that last power play, I actually got confused as to whose power play it was because it just wasn't making sense to me. $11-11 to go in the first. Face off, won by Florida. Panthers get it out. Marner back in his own zone to reset. 20 seconds gone on the power play. And the puck goes off a skate and all the way back. Nylander's going to grab it behind Woll. Bumps it forward. Nobody wanted to take it, but Matthews finally does. Back to Nylander. Into the zone, up to the high wall. Tavares circling around the bottom of the net. Gets it to Nyes on the bottom wall. To the point. Marner throws it on net. It goes wide. Tavares kicks it over the Nyes. Sends it back. Bottom of the boards. Tavares sends it on net. And Bobrovsky kicks it back to him. Nyes now trying to get it out front. Oop, what was that? Nylander inching up, catches Bob off, little bit off balance, but can't do anything with it. Good stick out front from Forsling deflects that attempt from Nylander. Puck coming to the low boards. Marner all the way across. Matthews shoots, and it hits the backboards. Tavares to Matthews, high dot. Bobrovsky fights it off. Nylander on the low boards. Back to the low corner. All the way to the point, and it misses out high. Marner goes to the box as Woll recovers. 15 seconds left on the Toronto power play. Ekman Larson ends up hitting Woll with it, trying to make his way to Domi, it appeared. Domi kicks it down low. McMahon dumps it all the way around. Sturm's there first. And puck comes all the way out. Oh, big trip. Marchand just went for a little spin. It's a little spin-a-rooney right there. Okay. So, at the moment, nothing too exciting happening. At least not for fucking... Good grief, dude. Not for Toronto. 2 power plays they have done nothing with. Take a look at this. Ba-ba-ba. Do-do-do-do. And we're good to go. Let's see where we're at. Hey, Florida actually won another faceoff. Florida has 4 block shots to Toronto's 1, but I mean, shots are 4 apiece. There ain't shit happening. So Kulikov's going to the box. Wait, no, that was the first one. My bad. McMahon's going to the box for the tripping on Marchand. I mean, I didn't really see the stick in the skates, but when Marchand went airborne spinning, it was like, I don't like him either, but I'm willing to give him that. He probably got a skate taken out. Dude, every now and then, there is just nothing better than cold water. And I don't just mean cold, I mean like damn near hurts to take a drink of it. It is so cold. Cold water. It just, every now and then, it tastes like heaven. Try to turn a little bit. Florida scored. Dude, I looked away for a half a second and Florida puts one on the board. Damn it. I thought I had a second before the faceoff happened, and I did not. Faceoff is 1. Top of the high circle, and he beats Wolf. See, so Barkov wins it. Fed to Barkov. That's that. I mean, it. No wonder. It just, like I said, I thought I had a second before the face-off. Obviously, I was wrong. So, scoring for the Florida Panthers, Alexander Barkov, assisted by Jones. He just beat Wool. That's all that is to it. Tanev didn't get the block, and by the time Wool saw it, I mean, he was on the right path, but the captain comes in and beats the goaltender under the glove on Florida's first power play. Toronto gets the puck all the way to the Florida zone. Nate Schmidt turns around and gets it to neutral, but the Panthers fumble and Riley gets it across the red line. Florida out of there, so not quite. Good job by Carlo to fight to keep that one in, but then it gets lost down low. Bennett gets the puck into the Leafs zone, but it's immediately turned over. Nylander to Tavares. Tavares up the low boards and in. Good little bit of contact in the high corner. Good bit of contact by Tavares. He ends up winning the puck in a centering pass from behind the net. Misses everybody. Florida gets across the blue line. Lundell from the point looking around. Doesn't get enough on it. And the Leafs head back the other way. Bobrovsky to play it. Kick down to, is that Mikula on the low boards? Florida trying to set Nyes back to apply pressure. Puck comes all the way down, and it is an icing on Florida. Face-off in front of Bobrovsky. Everybody knows you don't feed the trolls, dude. That's all Marchand is. You know, a troll that looks like a troll. Puck battle behind Bobrovsky. Matthews tries to get it to the high corner. He does, but Florida wins the foot race. Jones gets it in. Ooh, good play down low, Tanev. But Toronto cannot get it out. Ekblad centers it. Shot! I thought it scored. Ekblad across the blue line. Shot. Puck into the high corner. Verhaeghe falls over as he tries to make a check. Ekblad in the low corner. Trying to get out. Toronto does. A little back and forth as most of Florida goes for a change. A little bit of Toronto as well. Puck all the way up the center. Lost, regained, shot, and good stop, Bobrovsky. McMahon just storming in. A great little setup on a pass. Stretch pass from out from behind the net to the red line. A little bump to bring McMahon in with speed. Great stop by Bobrovsky to keep this a one-goal game. Oh, that's got to be some kind of interference or something didn't look like. Something down there looked like a penalty in front of the net. Toronto shoots. Leafs keep it in. Somehow. And now it goes up and out of play. I want to see what just happened in the crease right there, but of course we're going to go to commercial. Oh, dude. Oh, shit. Whole lot of waking up early. Got a bunch of stuff done today. Sorry, waiting for the commercial break. Man, got everything. Got the whole damn room dusted and the vents dusted and the lights and the fan. Everything. So it is clean as shit in here. Not that it's normally not, but it just gets dusty. Fucking TV, back of the TV, all that stuff. I was looking around and enjoying the fact that everything's clean. Alright. Ooh, shit. Gotta figure out what's going on with my just absolute, the decimation of my energy levels. It's just been over like the last 2 weeks. Come on. There we go. Ooh. I want to get comfortable. Ooh. Make sure the mic's going to work even though I moved it, and we're good. All right. 5 minutes to go in the first period. Face-off wins are 11-3 Toronto. Shots are 5-4 Florida. Score 1-0 Cats. Cross their own blue line. Toronto. Riley dumps it in. It's open across the center, and Florida wins the foot race. Tavares just a step too slow to go up the middle. Morgan Riley passes it up, and it goes all the way through neutral. Misses everybody. And Tkachuk brings it back in. Little give and go between him and Bennett, but the Leafs are going to head out. Lorentz tosses it in. Mikkola back. He takes a shot from Lorentz. That was a weird cut that was out of sync, so that was very confusing. McCabe up the high wall in the Florida zone, battling Tkachuk. Well, Tkachuk is just kind of beating the shit out of him. Puck all the way down the low boards. Tanev kicks it back down low. Tkachuk bumps it to Rodriguez. It comes to the point. McCabe keeps it in. And now Mikkola gets it up and out. So who's that? Tkachuk. He got it to Tkachuk. Tkachuk gets it deep. Now Florida having a couple of chances up close. And nice. Skates it out. Toronto into the Florida zone. Good little move by Nice. Shot. Misses the net. Schmitty takes a bump as the puck is moved around, and we may have, we have the third Florida power play with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Sorry, did I say Florida? It's the third Toronto power play. Yeah, Schmitty kicks it down to Kulikov, and Kulikov barely touched it. But he touched it enough. And he sends it out of the zone. Brutal. Brutal. Okay, Nylander on the low boards. Gets it to Marner. He makes a move. Kicks it through the high dot and couldn't hit Matthews. I wish Marner would have shot that. Nylander tries to get it to Matthews on the high dot. Stern gets a stick in the way. Back to the point. Marner shoots. Big save out high as Nyes hits the deck. And the puck, it looks like ends up out of play. Nyes is not happy. And to be honest with what I saw, I don't think I would be either. See if we get a replay of how he ended up on his ass. Nope, because instead of replays, we'd rather watch guys hit themselves in the face with water. Perfect. Replays are way overrated anyway. I like seeing a guy replace his gum. Marner circles in his own zone under pressure by Reinhart. Kicks it back. Nylander. Cross the Nyes down on the low boards. And the cameraman. Let's go, buddy. There we go. It was sent all the way back to Wool. Shout out to the crew up in Toronto. Ekman Larson to Domi. He's got McMahon on his side chasing the puck deep. Forsling down low takes a shot from Domi. Domi to the point. Riley throws it in. It's tipped in by Pacioretty. And Max Pacioretty makes it a game. 1 for 3 are the Leafs on the power play. But if the Florida Panthers are going to keep giving it to them, eventually they're going to score. So it did go in right off the bat, and then Patchy threw it back at the net just to make doubly sure. I think it was tipped by Pacioretty. Yeah, it definitely was tipped by Pacioretty. Dude, and it was a beautiful tip, too, man. He got in front, kept his stick on the ice, and that thing went straight over Bobrovsky's shoulder. Man, I haven't said this in a while. I haven't thought this in a while. Scoring for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Former Golden Knight Max Pacioretty with a power play goal. Assisted by Riley and Domi. Okay, this is... I'm a little too angled. I gotta try and get this angle right. Florida pressuring, shot up high from a hard angle. Woll getting his shoulder up. 50 seconds to go in the period. Florida trying to kick it back. Verhaeghe gets it across the blue line, gets it behind the net. Reinhart catches it on the other side. Barkov recovers as they're both under pressure. It's taken away by Matthews. And the puck ends up coming out. 30 seconds to go in the first. Jones whiffs on the puck, goes down, and now Toronto trying to put pressure back the other way. Puck ends up in the bench. We got 12.8 to go in the first. What are we doing here? Damn, dude. Pacioretty had 0 points in the first 3 games. Since then, he's got 5. Not bad. All right, Toronto in neutral. 2 goals. So it always stays that way. Unlikely. I know. Yeah, it's pretty unlikely, but it could. It always could. That's the thing about it. You never know. Oh, we got a cross check by Toronto. Guaranteed whoever that was for Florida was doing some stupid shit. Oh, I see Ekblad over there. I see Marchand on the ice. So Barkov looks like he just walked off. So yeah, absolutely Florida was doing some bullshit. First period of hockey, nothing overly exciting, but it's exciting enough. I mean, here's the thing. Toronto did not look great on their first couple of power plays. But then they come in and they look fantastic. They were controlling. They were moving the puck around and they got the tip. Now, Florida's what, 1 for 2? No, 1 for 1. So Florida came out. They scored on their power play in about 9 seconds. And then that was that. That's how we started the scoring. Toronto's had 3 chances. They've got 1. And like I said, the first 2 looked like garbage. But if you're going to give them enough power plays to get the advantage or to start learning how to beat you, then obviously they're going to beat you. Both sides are looking okay. Florida is doing a lot better job with the puck. Toronto already has 6 giveaways. But shots are 6-5. Block shots are 6-3 in favor of Florida. Oh, I'm sorry. Florida has 6. Toronto has 5 in the way of shots. So, it's just not a whole lot of action going on in the offensive zone, even though there has been a lot of action happening in the offensive zone, right? A lot of wall battles, a lot of getting in the corners, a lot of pucks hitting people out high when it's not really a block shot because they're not expecting it. A lot of sticks through the middle, a lot of passes getting disrupted dot to dot. Both sides doing a pretty good job of forcing the puck outside, but not the best job of protecting the sides of the net. Not saying that it's exactly letting up wraparounds, but a lot of passes that could end up in danger spots that they're allowing from behind the net. Yeah, Florida has to stop going to the box. And unfortunately, I feel like the refs are going to get sick of calling penalties before Florida decides to stop committing them. So we'll see about that. I thought Toronto would be a little more pissed. Hits are 17-12, Toronto. So they are being a little more physical, which is good. That's how many times do I say it, or have I said it this year? If you want to slow down a fast team like Florida, hit the shit out of them. Now, Florida needs to do the same, and they're willing to do the same, and they are willing to do more. They're willing to make, let's call it stronger contact, more questionable contact than Toronto is willing to do. Not saying Toronto just absolutely flat out won't, but Florida are the guys that'll go start the shit, and then like Kachuk and Marchand and certain guys will go and hide behind the refs or hide behind somebody else. But they'll start the shit. Toronto just needs to stay disciplined. Like, Domi's a little bastard. I got a lot more respect for the guy since he's not in Dallas. But, Toronto needs to pick the fights without getting caught and keep letting Florida do the stupid shit that's, we got delay a game. You had an interference on Kulikov. You had a tripping against Marchand, and you had a delay a game. Now, the tripping against McMahon the tripping that McMahon did on Marchand was fucking hysterical. Because like I said, that little dude went into the air spinning. And seeing unfortunate things happen to Brad Marchand is like a little gift that I get whenever he is on the ice. You know what I mean? Like, it happens many, many times through most games, but if you look carefully, you really get to enjoy some moments of Brad Marchand just getting stuffed. And I love it. So what needs to happen in the second period? First and foremost, Toronto, stop giving the damn puck away. Six giveaways. No takeaways to counterbalance that at all whatsoever. Not good. Other than that, get more pucks to the net. That's all Toronto has to do. Protect the puck better. And when you get in the offensive zone, get pucks to the net. With that is the typical side note of bodies to the net. So pucks to the net, bodies to the net. If you're taking a shot from the point, you better have a clear line of sight to the goalie, because I don't want you hitting bodies at the dot anymore. If you're going to shoot it from the blue line, you better have a clear shot. Then it's acceptable to, because then you get bodies to the net. You can chase down the rebounds. A little pass off the boards if it goes wide. You can turn a pass shot, basically. But I said the shot attempts are not equaling the shots on goal from either side. So limit, get closer, try and get to the top of the circles, try and get within the dots if you can. Let's start getting aggressive up tight. And if you're struggling to get uptight, fine. Like I said, let the shots come from the point, but it better be a clear shot. Keep it low. We'll start working on rebounds. But Start hitting the target a little bit more. For Florida, stay out of the damn box. You know, you want to draw a penalty, but so far Toronto's playing fairly clean. And I'm very surprised by their discipline because after the last game, what happened to Stellars, I'd be pissed. But Toronto's doing a good job. So, Florida, stay out of the box. Start winning. So you need to win a faceoff, dude. 5 for 18. Florida has won 5 faceoff out of the 18 that happened in that first period. That is wild. So you need to start winning faceoff. Florida, your 5-on-5 is kind of trash. Your attempts in the zone are weak. So is Toronto's. But don't expect a power play. That's about it. Like, stay out of the box. Don't expect a call going in your favor. And honestly, the same thing that, you know, they don't need to protect the puck because they didn't lose it as much as Toronto. But so Florida needs to stay disciplined. Stop with the bullshit because you're giving them opportunities. And likewise, just get pucks to the net. Like, guys, especially with Florida, you got some big old strong boys that like to be physical. Get them boys in front. Gets one of those guys to the top of the crease. Because somebody needs to be in front of the net to attack the rebounds. Otherwise, Woll and Bobrovsky looking pretty good. Again, not challenged super hard, so hard to judge exactly how they're doing, but only 1 goal apiece, so it's a start. Let's see. Besides that, not a whole lot else. Let's see. Got just about 8.5 minutes. I'll tell you what, I need to refresh my water. And we'll come back and I'll just be gone like a minute or two, and then we'll come back and set up for the next period. And we'll start talking about the next game. Alrighty, back as usual, a little later than I intended on. But we are back nonetheless. Any minute now should be getting to the feed coming back. Refresh just to be sure it didn't freeze on us, and we are good. Alrighty, so what do we expect coming in? Again, Toronto has been physical, needs to stay physical, needs to stay disciplined while being physical. If they start losing their shit and going after people after the whistle and reacting to cross checks, they are going to be punished. Because the calls, it definitely seeming like the calls are going to be made. And then Florida has the ability to has shown they have the ability to score on the power play, so you should expect Toronto fucks up, Florida's going to make them pay for it. I don't like that the screen's black. I don't know if it's frozen up or what. All right. We're just waiting for a puck drop. Ugh. Do 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 do. Ba ba da ba ba. Ba da da ba 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 da da ba ba da 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 da. Oh, that's a bummer, man. The lead singer for Three Doors Down has cancer. And the tour is canceled until he can recover. That sucks. Let's go. Yep. Still 1-1 for the moment. We'll see if how disciplined Florida decides to stay. And Florida scores! What a move. I was not expecting that right off the bat. But the puck came right across the front of the crease, and Brad Marchand beats Wool over the shoulder from close range. That's a failure by Carlo, and by Riley for one. Oh, Carlo and Riley. Damn. Scoring for the Florida Panthers. Brad the Rat Marchand. With the assist by Lundell and Lustrinen. Those times a little bit. You do seem to have the ability to jinx whatever it is you're talking about. Just Riley tried to get it up the wall and he turned it over. Marchand made the read before Riley could react. Went to high school with Jamie Benn, right on. Puck comes all the way around. And back to the low board. Right on, that's cool. Bennett in the center makes the pass over to Kulikov. He backhands it and Wool makes the stop. Leafs headed back the other way. Benoit one hand pokes it into the Florida zone. Bennett circling around Nylander makes the cut up the center. Panthers in, another shot. Wool stops. And Nylander headed back the other way, turns it over at the Florida blue line, and we got a puck off a stick into the Toronto bench. Most points versus Maple Leafs. Brad Marchand has 32. Henry Richard at 33. Delvecchio at 35. And Gordie Howe has 53. That is insane. Dude, it's... Now, granted, records were very different when there were fewer teams and fewer players, but damn, these old guys were good. Morgan Riley's going to use the boards to send it to Carlo. He had plenty of time to get it to his help without risking a turnover in his own zone. Not sure that was the greatest idea. Leaves. Carlo gets it to Domi, who tips it ahead. Jones takes a little shot at McMahon as they battle into the Florida zone on the low boards. Puck comes out. Boquist and Tanev going at it. Now McKay behind his own net. 2.5 gone in the second period. Florida with a hot start coming in and Marchand just burying it up over the shoulders of Wool. A little bit of a tackle by Kulikov, but hey, we're not too worried about that. Puck gets tipped in again to the Florida zone. Schmitty works his way back. Florida gets it in. Little bit of a foot race. Lusterinen kind of won against Ekman Larson. And now Forsling has it getting it down the boards all the way around behind the net. Comes out to the high dot. Up to the blue line. Forsling shoots. And that is definitely hand pass if it's touched, and it was. Good stop. Puck went straight in the air, and I think it was Ekblad swatted it out of the air. Ended up missing the net and going into the high corner. Oh, no, that puck was in the air. Ekblad's coming in, and he just swats that bitch to that back corner. He gives Wool a little elbow. I'm sure that wasn't on purpose. It wasn't the Hagel hit, but man can't keep his elbows to himself. Just like Jamie Benn can't keep the stick from cross-checking guys in the throat and above. Like, since you mention them. Forsling tries to get it to the net. Benoit trying to work it up, and it makes it out. Puck comes out of the Toronto zone. Matthews able to kick it to Nyes. Reinhardt ends up fighting it away, and Forsling's going to set it back the other direction. Barkov kicks it ahead. Shot by Ekblad. Saved by Wool. And it's pucks all the way back in the Florida zone. Right back into the Leafs area almost instantly. Benoit trying to go around the boards. Knocked down by Kachuk, and his pass misses everybody. And now you got 3-on-2 for Toronto. And they score! Nylander buries one past Bob Rosky on the quick return the other way. Yes, sir, Murderer. What's up, buddy? How you doing? That was a big goal right there. And, like, that looked all good except Kachuk sent it too far back the other way. Or no, sorry. Kachuk made the tip and the puck got, the reset. I just realized I said that completely wrong. But I'm good, buddy. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Kachuk made the steal, goes to make the pass. Everything was looking Florida, but you get the tip from Toronto, sends it back the other way on a 3-on-2. And again, right back to having a game. And I got to wait to see who the assists are. Domi headed back the other way, across the red line, into the Florida zone. Fought to the corner. Sturm heads back the other way, dumps it deep. Riley recovers behind his own net. Avoids the hit. Toronto up the ice the other way. Nice little move, but good stick by Mikula. Sends the puck up to the high wall. Oh, we got ourselves a game, gentlemen, for sure. Lawton is just aggressive. Here comes another hit by Lawton. Florida into the zone. Tried to feed it to Marchand. It doesn't connect. Lusterinen recovers his own puck and turns it over to Toronto. Leafs get it out. So scoring for the Toronto Maple Leafs, William Nylander. Assisted by Pacioretty and Ekman Larson. Sucks the Golden Knights lost to the Oilers. Hope the Knights beat the Oilers. I'm with you on that, buddy. You know that's for sure. Like you and I now share a common foe. Oh, enshrined, dude. Everybody in the world hates Edmonton, including most people that are from Edmonton. I should be more specific. Everybody hates the Oilers, including the people who live in Edmonton. So, yeah, we share a very common foe. And if it wasn't for Evander Kane and Donnell Nurse, I would absolutely not hate Edmonton. It would be a fun little rivalry. But those two bastards can eat a fat one. So yeah, I just hope we get through without somebody getting hurt. All right, Verhaeghe feeds it up to Ekblad as he makes the zone. Ekblad tries to make a cute little pass. It ends up working out to Kachuk. Kachuk gets the shot on net. And we just had a slashing, break a stick, or at least knock the stick out of his hand. That was kind of bullshit. But yes, Wool is doing pretty well. He's not still ours, but he is doing a pretty damn good job, considering everything involved. Matthews going for the check on Bennett. Missed. Carlos shoots and Bobrovsky makes the save. Shots are 13-9. We are 12:57 to go in the second period. Again, shots 13-9 in favor of Florida. Let's see what else is going on. As of right now, we have 68% face-off in favor of Toronto. So, at one point, Florida was like 5-18. They're now 8 out of 25. Good for them. Hits are 20-16. So we have halted hitting. We'll see how it goes as we get to like 5-6 minutes left in the period. But hitting has very much stopped this period. Same with the block shots, but we're not getting many attempts. Toronto, 8 giveaways till Florida's 1. And that's going to make all the difference in the world. Got to stop giving the puck up. Especially, I mean, it's the stupid turnovers in their own zone that we've been sitting here watching happen repeatedly. It's like, yeah. Well, I really, it's funny. I don't have a whole lot of care who wins it. I mean, when it comes to the East, I don't care. Like, honestly. I'm in favor of the Panthers just because, I'm born in Florida. I'm a Florida kid. I have, like I said, I actually found my old Van Beesbrook jersey, and that's up in my closet now. So I got to lean in favor of Florida. Makes it hard because I'm not a fan of either Kachuk. I'm not a fan at all of Brad Marchand. But, I don't like Ekblad. I don't like Bennett. I think most of Florida is just dirty. So it's hard because I'm a former Florida fan that is very much not a Florida fan. But I want American teams. I don't, that's just part of it, you know what I mean? So as much of a distaste as I have for Florida, I want to like them. They just make it very difficult. And fucking USA, USA, USA. So backhand hits a lot of bodies in front. That was Ekblad just not even getting. I have no idea what his intention was with that backhand. And then Marchand just cross-checks Nylander and hides behind the ref. Like I said, it's you only hate Marchand because blah, 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 blah. No, it's because he's a pussy. He's dirty as hell. He hides behind he'll go and do the dirtiest shit you'd ever seen and then duck behind the ref and play peekaboo. And that's why I don't like Marchand. Carlo took Lustrinin out. And now they're showing the replay of Nylander and Marchand talking, but they don't show the flat-out cross-check. Anyway, puck down low. Bennett trying to get it around. Gets it out front and sends it across the crease to the low wall. Mikkola sends it to the net and it goes out of play. 12:07 to go in the second. Not gonna lie. It's like I get lazy and I don't shave my head, but when I do, it feels so fucking great. Yo, what up, races? Did you see Chuck trying to hit Martin with the knee on knee at the end of the game one? Yeah. Dude, a lot of shit that is no room. There's no room for it, but Florida just gets away with it. That's like, dude, it's how Bennett is not gone. I don't understand. Oh, are we getting so hang on a sec. We'll come back to that in a sec, races. So Rodriguez is down. You got Lawton, looks like he's wrapped up with somebody, but I can't tell who. So Rodriguez was slow to get up. Schmitty is standing up off of Lawton. What the hell just happened? Rodriguez is heading down the tunnel. Are we going to get a some kind of major? Ooh. Yeah, that Lawton just straight boarded the shit out of Rodriguez. So that's why Schmitty jumped on him. And yeah, sorry, buddy. If you're a coward like Lawton, Schmitty will beat your ass. Now, I don't like what Kachuk just did. Kachuk should go to the box. Nate Schmidt takes Lawton to the ground. They agree to fight. They drop the gloves. They wrap up. Nate Schmidt takes Lawton to the ground. Kachuk walks up and punches Lawton in the face. That's bullshit. So Schmidt and Lawton should be going. Kachuk, the NHL is, whoever makes decisions at the NHL has a mouthful of Kachuk dick. And I'm sick of it. So nothing happened. Embellishment? There is no way. They just called Rodriguez for embellishment. He hits him right into the numbers, face first into the boards, and you're thinking that's not a penalty. That explains the officiating in this piece of shit league to a T. I cannot believe that dude just said that should not be a penalty. And embellishment, like, I don't see the embellishment, but it shouldn't be a penalty. The Oilers for diving, they don't. I said they don't. No, they don't. It's horseshit. Same with Dallas. The Dallas Stars are the biggest floppers in the league. By far. I have never seen more pathetic embellishment than by the Dallas Stars. Especially Jamie Benn skating into Manson's stick. That still pisses me off. Jamie Benn's a coward. He's a weak piece of shit. He tried to break Mark Stone's neck with a cross-check when Mark Stone was down on the ice. Like, sorry, I'm going off on a rant now. But yeah, no, the refs are absolute dog shit in this terrible league. And it's so fucking annoying. It is infuriating. I really don't believe. I don't get it. All right, Woosah. It looked like Mikula just crushed. Oh, but you're going to call Toronto. You're not going to call Mikula for that. That's bullshit. But yeah, murder. Basically, so here's how the NHL works. The higher ups, what they do is take turns taking it in the mouth by the Kachuk brothers, and then they bend over the table for Connor McDavid. That's why Florida and Edmonton are the way that they are. Let's see what happened to him. Not on purpose. Man, these pieces of shit that are commentating will excuse everything. Everything. It is unreal. I can't I like hearing the crowd. I like hearing the puck hit the boards, hit the pipe, hit the sticks. But I cannot listen to a dumb twat like this who shouldn't be here in the first place excuse everything. I cannot hear the rules analyst who watches a blatant boarding and say, no, the embellishment's the better call. And then dude got wrecked in the middle of the ice. No call. He gets pissed off and he reacts, which I told you. Toronto needs to stay disciplined. They're not. However, how does the dude get blasted in the center of the ice to no call? I just don't get it. I don't get it. It makes this I'm sick of getting pissed off watching my favorite game. And it's because you got four completely unaccountable dumbass pieces of shit who get to do stuff like that and just completely fuck around with games. And it is literally, if you even say, hey, I didn't like that call, the league fines you if you're a coach or a player. It's unreal. All right, that's my rant about refs. I'm done. Reinhart sends it to the point. Bennett comes down the blue line, back to the top of the high circle. Reinhart shoots, and the puck goes into the wall. I've been a Kings fan since 89, 56 years old, and back then it was far worse. And dude, being a Kings fan, you have the most to bitch about that I've seen yet. Maybe Colorado has a right as high as you guys, but you guys got screwed that entire series. How was that not a holding on Florida? Bennett just grabbed dude's arm and his stick and literally fell. He grabbed on and fell over. I said I've said my way of fixing the referee situation 100 times this year. And the reason that I know it'll never, ever, ever happen is because it kind of makes sense. Edmonton goated? Yeah, on being dirty pieces of shit that didn't get called for anything. Nylander shoots. Bobrovsky makes the save. Puck still alive. Dude, Edmonton are rat pieces of shit. And they get away with everything. And it is the most annoying shit in the world. And LA absolutely got screwed through that entire series. Are the referees why the Kings lost that series? No. But they absolutely screwed LA in that series a couple of times. All right, we got an icing. 6:55 to go in the second. Shots are 15-10 Florida. Couple opportunities both way. Oh, yeah. Team is the least penalized in the league. I love you, though, Timmy. Yeah, you're right. We are. We are also the ones that get the fewest power plays. It's almost like we play fucking clean hockey. And I will put that against everybody. If you really want to read that shit, if you really want to get into it, let's get into it. Yes, we are the least penalized in the league. Guess what? We also have the fewest power plays in the league. So why does one work against us and the other is just fucking woof? Like, explain that shit to me. And you better be specific because I watch every fucking game. Puck down in the low corner. Trying to get worked up the low walls. It's in the Toronto zone. Puck goes high. Toronto did do a good job completely shutting down the power play. But no, dude, I get worked up on this shit because I don't like dirty hockey. I fucking despise it. That's why I hate guys like Marchand, like Rempe, like Darnell Nurse, like Evander Kane. That's why I don't like the Tkachuk brothers, and I don't like dirty hockey. And I'm sick of the dirty bullshit. And I'm sick of teams. The thing that sent me over the edge was Hagel getting suspended for Tampa. because hang on, puck's a little coming out loose in front. Toronto clears. Oh, Domi out of the Domi free. Oh, Schmitty did a good job laying down right there. But like, yeah, and that's my whole thing. I don't like dirty play, and the fact is Edmonton is dirty. Connor McDavid, the last 3 years of playoffs have shown me how dirty Connor McDavid is, and he gets away with murder, and it pisses me off. Both Kachuk brothers are the same way. Matthew Kachuk should have been suspended for his hit on Gensel. Now, I've said this before. Neither Hagel nor Kachuk should have been suspended. Neither of them should have. 2-minute interference penalty. That's it. Let's move on to the next game. However, they suspended Hagel and they didn't suspend Kachuk for the same hit. That has pushed me over the edge with being so far beyond just pissed off at the NHL that I just don't even like. I know I'm getting worked up, but that's why I get worked up, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of that shit. And then everybody comes around, and I know you're just fucking with me, Vajesus, I know. But everybody comes around and goes, oh, but Vegas, they're the least penalized team in the league. It's like, yeah, because some teams actually play hockey. And they don't need to be Brad Marchand licking guys. They don't need to be Ekblad busting Hagel in the face with an elbow. They don't need to be Sam Bennett putting an elbow through the back of Stollar's head. And like I said, I know you're messing with me, dude. I got that. However, that shit annoys me to a point that it actually does piss me off, because of the fact that it's like, yeah, sometimes teams aren't dirty as shit. You know what I mean? And like I said, everybody, well, yeah, Vegas gets all the calls. They're the least penalized team in the league. And it's like, yeah, we also get the least power plays in the league. But only one ever gets mentioned. And then I got to sit here and watch Vegas while, Mark Stone's stick isn't within 12 feet of the guy's skates and he gets called for a trip. You got guys, when he fell into the guy for Dallas, everybody going off about how Mark Stone is so dirty. Mark Stone is so dirty. Look at what he did to the guy from Dallas. Oh, you mean when he got tripped? And we sat here, and I got to check, actually, if I showed it on stream. I'm pretty sure I showed it on stream. But Mark Stone's reaching in for the puck as he's trying to move to the left. Guy takes out his skate, so he goes into the guy, and I got to hear about how Mark Stone is such a dirty piece of shit. It's like, really? Really? Edmonton fan? Really? Guy in the Jamie Benn jersey? Really? A guy in the Evander Kane jersey? Really? Guy in the Marchand jersey? Really? New York Rangers fans? Like, I could go on for days just doing that. Yeah. It's just, dude, all right. Woosaw. How does that? Wow. Woo fucking saw. All right. We good? We're good. I think I got it out of my system. So, hey, neither was I, dude. He's got more than 20 years on me. Like I said, I I don't know. Like I said, I don't like either team. I am just I'm so sick of the bullshit. My bro also didn't know their least power play. Yeah. Like I said, everybody and I'm not saying this is you, I'm not putting it on you, but that's oh, big score, Domi! Max Domi buries one to give Toronto their first lead of the game. Nice. Yeah, hey, but Jesus, cheers, buddy. You know, like I said, I get worked up, I get excited. Anybody's coming here, whether we agree or disagree, I get worked up and I get excited, man. So every now and then that shit just happens, but that's why we're here. I say this is, whether it be right or wrong, this is how I talk to this shit about, like, this is how I talk about this shit with my friends. So me getting worked up inside it don't mean nothing except I'm a little worked up and I'm a little excited. You know what I mean? Where I'm from, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, when you start being like that, if you start going off personally and just being a dickhead, well, then come at me about that. But otherwise, man, we're just talking. 2:45 to go in the second. Mikkola gets it across the point. Jones barely keeps it in. Tries to send it down low and ends up at the dot. Verhaeghe tries to, Lustrinin tries to get it to Marchand. Marchand ends up tapping it up, but offsides, you fucking idiots. Dude, Toronto isn't just making mistakes. They're making dumbass mistakes that they should know better than to do. And that's the part that's getting irritating with them. Like, you stupid shit. Buck all the way down low. McCabe gets taken down. A perfectly fine hit, but takes a little shot. Florida just controlling in the Leafs zone. Tavares gets it to Nice, who tries to fight it out, but he can't get past the body of Ekblad. Reinhart recovers and gets it low. Tanev down on the low boards, works it out into neutral, and we got an icing. 1:37 to go in the second period. Toronto coming in and getting their first lead of the game. A beautiful pass from the Reds to Domi. And that actually reminds me. As soon as they got it loaded up, I'll make the goal call. Scoring for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Max Domi. Assisted by Lorentz and Riley. $80 seconds to go in the second period. Puck comes up around from around the Florida net to the high point. It's up front. Matthews has it. Oh, that. I'm kind of curious how he lost his stick. That's Tavares. I'm wondering. Yep, and again, like I said, I'm surprised there's a betting company that would allow a 4.5 because that's like stealing from the people that are trying to make a bet. Wouldn't care if they won it this year. Do it honestly and fairly. They can't because they're weak. They're bullshit. In Shrines, you know what? I don't think they'll win the cup unless they're helped. That better be a hold on Jones right there. What are these refs looking at, dude? Jesus, man. This is actually insane what I'm seeing here. But no, Enshrine, I'm 100% with you, brother. 100%. And I don't think they're winning it. Oh my goodness, guys. Like, I'm. Okay, I just want to be clear. That whole rant that I just went on was me trying to be contained. All right? Like I was severely limiting the things that I said so that I didn't come off like I was mad. They're not looking the line. Yeah, no, absolutely. This has been insane. This has been absolutely insane. But I didn't take a break earlier, so I am going to now. And then I'm gonna do the same for the next game. Just our rollover time is gonna be kind of awkward because the next game's at 6:30. But I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna go out back for a second. I'm gonna refill my water again. Maybe grab a snack. Good time. I mean, intermission. Good time to hit the head, grab a drink, grab a snack, grab a beach, whatever you can get in, And we'll come back in a couple minutes. I am irritated, dude. I really am. And it's not, it's with the game. Like, when I'm talking to you guys, if I ever go off about something, just, it's nothing. I promise. Especially if it's like the Jesus murder. You guys, like, I go off about shit. It is what it is. But the game has me irritated. Like, I don't understand Florida getting screwed on the embellishment, but then going off and grabbing guys, taking guys down to the ice, cross checking like crazy, and it's no penalty. It irritates me. But it is what it is. So we will be back. Like I said, timer's up 14, 15 minutes roughly, something like that. And we'll be here for the third period. Yes, Drayden, this is the actual live game. You know, the hockey game you got to pay for in order to watch, but I'm so smart, I'm going to blast it right here on YouTube for free to watch. You nailed that one, buddy. No, this is a watch along. All right, look. I know I went on my little rant and I'm being maybe a little dickish, but it's kind of common sense. Why would I be showing the game? I know it's a bummer you can't find it for free on YouTube, but there's a reason you can't find it for free on YouTube. So no, it is watch party style, the same way a lot of different people do it for movies and TV shows and stuff. It's just a way to watch, jump in chat, talk, bullshit a little bit, which is better than sitting alone on the couch watching a game. That is the purpose for this. Right now, we're waiting for intermission to end. We've got, let's see, timer's still going. We only got another, oh, there it goes. We only got about another 30 seconds to a minute. And we will be back. Gonna try and, we'll figure out what the plan is for switching the stream, because we've got Winnipeg and Dallas game 1 coming up after this. I'm guessing they'll do puck drop around 6:50. All right, let's see what is happening in the game. Shots are 17-14 Florida. 22 out of 35 faceoffs have gone to Toronto. That's 62.9% in favor of the Leafs. Power play, Florida is 1 for 2. Maple Leafs 1 for 3. They should have about 7 power plays, but it is what it is. I will say, as much as I went off about Florida getting called for embellishment, the more I watched it, no, Rodriguez flopped. Hits are 33-27 Toronto, block shots are 12-7 Toronto, and giveaways are 9-2. That's not like Toronto has 9, so it has been a lot better since the first period, but rough. Ooh, fanned on shot by Florida. Ekblad gets it. Wait, Lundell gets it on the crest of Wool. So, no, that was just quick. That thing went center of the ice, high circle, low dot, shot. Dude, Brad Marchand is trying so hard to get Toronto to react, and the refs are doing nothing about it because he's cross-checking, he's face-washing, he's doing enough to where if the refs wanted to rein in the game, they could. But for right now, they have done nothing to do that. Face-off between Matthews and Reinhart. And they blow it dead. All right, Florida's going to come away with it. Ekblad kicks it down low to Reinhart. He comes around the back of the net, up to the point. Rodriguez. He sends it wide of the net, comes back to Ekblad. He takes it to the middle, tries to get it back down low. It hits Nyes in the skates. And now you have a 2-on-1. Get it to Nyes. Marner just couldn't get it across. Ended up taking the puck behind the net. Matthews, as the puck comes loose in front of Bobrovsky, denied by the Florida goaltender. Panthers back in. Barkov down low, sends it out front. Verhaeghe misses the tip into the open net. Jones at the low point. He takes it into the circle. Kicks it from a low angle. Benoit. Big body gets in the way. And now Nyes coming across the blue line. He hits the red, dumps it deep, and he'll go for a change. Mikkola back under pressure, sends the puck up, but Florida's able to get it out. Bennett at the red line. Sends it to the high wall. It's brought back down low. Samoskevich shoots. Stopped by Wool, and a rebound by Bennett. Stopped by Wool again. Lawton kicks it up high. Oh, Lorentz Lorentz just missed. Yarncroc went for the follow-up, and it was a good job tying up his stick to deny that. All right, Florida gets a chance to breathe in their own zone. Everybody going for a change. Right up the gut. Gets to Rodriguez. He gets it in. Puck on the low wall. Florida has it. Bennett gets it to the low point. It goes right by Kulikov. All the way down to Bobrovsky. He plays it down low to Kulikov. And the puck is out into the leave zone. Back to neutral. Back to leave zone. It was a delayed offsides. I don't think Florida completely regrouped, but it got waved. Marchand chasing the puck down. Tanev puts on a body and wins the puck battle. Nylander all the way back. Bobrovsky waits for it to hit the trapezoid. And Florida works it out. Lundell has to kick it back after missing the Ekblad pass. Leafs, Pacioretty puts it on, tries to put it on net, hits somebody out in front of him. Puck goes back into neutral. That should be a hand pass. Don't touch it. Not sure why that wasn't a hand pass, but okay. Instead, we get an icing. Doesn't really matter. Face off in front of Wool. Fucking Wes McCauley. That's who he had. I think that was who we had last night. Or was that Washington? I think, yeah, Washington had the duo from hell. Wes McCauley and TJ Luxmore. What up, D? All right, 4 minutes gone in the third. Shots are 20-15 Florida. Leafs lead in the game by 1. Florida wins the face-off, and Reinhart sends it up and out of play. Damn, Austin Matthews against Florida. 6 games played, 0 goals on 33 shots. Chilling, catching them fishes. Yeah, I was doing that earlier, and then big stoppages by Wool as Verhaeghe ends up hitting the ice pretty hard. Verhaeghe works his way up the low wall. Puck shot from Mikkola ends up getting stopped by an ice way out high. Verhaeghe dumps it. Tanev takes a big hit by Verhaeghe, and he is down. I'm not sure why there was a stoppage. I mean, that was a big shot by Verhaeghe, but yeah, Tanev did a good job helping out Wool right there. I just don't understand what the stoppage was. Hopefully Tanev's all right. But yeah, I haven't been to San Joaquin yet. Still didn't do that. Since I went back to White Moose to make some money, I'm back over 100K, but I'm just chilling until my equipment gets down bad. Backhanded by Bennett, and it goes up out of play. Man, a lot of stoppages right now. But yeah, I still haven't gone back to buy all the equipment. Haven't done anything. Got my biggest fish, man. She was 261 pounds. Good Lord. Where was that at? That sounds like the stuff you catch down at the Everglades. And that's the only reason I want to go down there was to catch stuff that was hundreds of pounds. Samoskevich gets the puck down low under double coverage. Nate Schmidt shoots from the point. Puck goes high over the net. Good little kick by Lawton to get the puck playable. However, he ices it, and we get another stoppage. It has been like 9 minutes since we had, like, okay. We have 14:50 left in the game. It's been 9 minutes since we had 16:02 to go in the game. Just a lot of stop and reset. Josh leveled up, told him if he got it, I would get so I convinced him to get the cut and go pack. Just wanted to get where we at currently. Nice. Right on, man. So told him if he got it, you would get it. Cool. Puck goes wide off a tip by Lundell, and Florida scores. Pass from the wall by Ekblad, and Lundell circles around to the right side of Wohl to bury one. And we have a tie game. Once again. I wanted to get where we at. Yeah. All right, now. No, that was just Marsh. Okay, here we go. Dude, everybody forgot about Lundell. That's all that was. Toronto started puck watching, and Ekman Larson had no idea there was somebody behind him. Yeah, I wanted to get it, but it was on sale. Yeah, I mean, if it's one of those things, if it helps get Josh to get it so that he can come fish with us and stuff, all good. Toronto just tied it up. What is going on right now? Like, dude, I was getting ready to go back to the hockey. I didn't even get to announce the goal for Florida. Holy shit. Marner just buries it. Like, Nyes did a great job. He pulled Barkov down by the crease to force him out, but the shot came as Barkov tried to force him out. I think that was Barkov. Buenas noches. Hey, good evening, Invernal. How you doing, buddy? See, I think it'd be fun to shit, get the same place consistently, be on this. Yeah, definitely. Just especially have some fun with biggest fish and all that stuff. Like, hell yeah, that's gonna be a good time, D. All right, so scoring. Where is it? Hang on. For the Florida Panthers, Anton Lundell. Assisted by Ekblad and Lustrinen. And whenever the goal loads, because this thing is slow as shit. There you go. Scoring for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Mitch Marner. Assisted by McCabe and Matthews. Yeah, so we're on commercial break now. But dude, what was I thinking? It's funny, just over the last couple of days I pop on and fish a little, and I just, make like 30-40 grand, call it good, go do something, come back, catch 30-40 grand, go do something. It's like today I tore everything apart. And so, like, the computer's nice and clean, the dresser and everything on it's dusted and clean, everything's vacuumed. I completely redid the wiring for the computer and the TV and the monitor and all of it. So it's actually nice and clean and tidy and managed. Yeah, so I didn't do much fishing today. And it's because the internet. Like, I tried to get on, like, last night I couldn't do anything. So I just ended up going to Costco and then just coming back, kind of watching TV and hanging out. And then this morning I couldn't do anything because the internet was still bad. And it looked like the internet was working, so I loaded up Fishing Planet and it crashed the computer. So I was just like, you know what? Screw it. Started it back up, restarted the computer, and I shut everything down, and I was like, you know what? There's no internet, nothing I can do. I might as well. And so I spent like 3 or 4 hours and just ripped everything apart. Yeah, that shit too, just been lazy. Yeah, been pretty lazy about it too, but it felt good to get it done. All right, glove save Bobrovsky. He dumps it off. Puck goes all the way down. No icing. Carlo behind his own net. Riley out of his zone. All the way up to the Florida blue line. Pacioretty tips it in. Tavares back to get it. Forsling ends up winning the race. Ekman-Larsson keeps it in at the high point, but Florida goes back the other way. Ekblad across the red line into the Toronto zone. Ekman-Larsson gets it to Benoit, and he will get it clear. Back and forth we go as the Cats end up throwing it out of play from neutral. I'm curious to see what happens next with Winnipeg Dallas, because I can't even. I'm trying to put a fine point on it, and it's just I'm excited for Dallas and Winnipeg. I think that's going to be a good series, but I don't think Hollebuck's going to hold up. But then Ottinger hasn't been holding up great either, so I'm very curious. I think it's going to be a high-scoring series. Like, this game may be like 6-4. All right, Nate Schmidt from his own zone. It is out, and the Leafs have it. 12.5 to go in the game. McCabe goes up high to Tanev, who dumps it in. Behind Bobrovsky. Florida gets it out. No icing. Tanev fights off Verhaeghe. Did a much better job taking that hit than the last one from Verhaeghe. And Barkov trying to get up the low wall. He does. Jones sends it forward. Reinhart tries to center. It comes back to the low wall. Battle on the boards. Matthews gets it behind his own net to McCabe, and McCabe takes the low wall out. Good entry. That seemed unnecessary. That would have been funny if dude just took that pass from Bobrovsky and dumped it in his own zone, in his own net. We've seen it before. All the way down the low boards, Benoit just put down Lundell, but he jumps right back up. Ekman Larson gets it out. McMahon is not able to win the battle to take it deep. Domi putting on pressure, but the puck's going to come back the other way. Florida deep in the leaf zone. Puck recovered by Lundell on the low wall. He gets it up to the high boards, and Ekman Larson gets it out. Domi can't work it too much more forward. McMahon and Holmberg putting on some moves, but can't take control of the puck. Toronto's playing a very passive offense, which the best way to keep your defense from being tired is to be attacking offensively. Nate Schmidt has it in his own high corner, but he whiffs on the pass. Nylander making cuts at the high circle. Carlo tries to send it deep, and he whiffs on the pass. Florida sends it right back the other way. Big shot. No way. Wool just stopped that shot. Simskevich just came up point blank to what looked like a wide open net, and they're saying Wool just stopped that puck. I almost don't believe it, dude. What the hell just happened? Hang on a second. Oof. I was actually insane. That was insane. I just want to see the replay, but we got to get through the damn commercials first. Oh. Yeah, the only problem is now my back is so shot. Like, reaching down for stuff and, like, kind of squatting down and doing things. Just, man, my back is sore. Ooh. That dude, he got his skate over just in time. Joseph Wool, he may have given up 3, but man, has he made some spectacular saves. McKay battling on the high boards with Reinhart. Puck eventually comes away with a leaf. Marner making some good cuts to create space. Matthews attacking Jones down low in his own zone. And Jones makes it out. Verhaeghe gets it in. Tanev battling Barkov. Matthews to help. Reinhart down into the corner. Barkov gets it to Matthews. Barkov just kind of took down Tanev in a kind of. That was, I don't know. There was pressure on his back and his hips, but I don't know. That was weird. Neutral. Lorentz just took a puck to the face. Puck ends up going on Woll. He gets it around the net. Puck down deep. Ekblad chasing it. He has Lawton right behind him. Forces a turnover. And Barkov gloves the shot from the top of the high circle. Of course, Mitch Marner gets a goal, and I bet on to get an assist. Ah, Demi, dude. That's rough. That sounds about right, though. That's about what's been happening. I could see him getting one. Finally put in for a vacation. Nice. Taking a week off in June. Fuck yeah, D. Right on, man. What you got planned for the vacation? But watch, Demi. He'll get... Dude, watch him get in a... Like... Okay, my brain just stopped. You know what? I bet he'll get another. I think he may help out on an empty netter, but we may get another goal before Florida's able to, before Florida pulls Bobrovsky. So there may be hope for that yet. That's brutal, though. That's like, I don't mean to laugh, but damn, that's funny. Though, and how's the games going? I'm doing good, Demi. How you doing, brother? How's your Wednesday going? Bobrovsky just made a phenomenal save on a slow-moving puck that crept in on him. But yeah, I'm doing good, man. I had some internet problems yesterday after following a pretty nasty thunderstorm. So, wasn't able to be here yesterday, unfortunately. But so far, this game has been phenomenal. It's been irritating as hell because Florida's getting away with murder. But it has been a great game. Like I said, I'm expecting Toronto to beat Bobrovsky on some weird breakaway caused by something stupid. But if not, there goes a glove save by Bobrovsky. It's like, then again, I should ask Pops because we were talking yesterday during Washington, Carolina, and he called it going into overtime like a minute and a half before Carolina tied it. Tom coming down, Josh Donovan also coming. Oh, damn. Okay, so y'all just going to be shithouse for a week. Got it. That sounds like a good vacation. Is it me or the Panthers starting to slow down with how much hockey they've been playing the past 3 years? To be honest with you, to compare it over the last 3 years, I'd have to watch. I mean, they were clearly tired when Vegas beat the shit out of them. But then they won. And then now they're like, I don't know. I'm not so sure that like I said, I'd kind of have to rethink the last couple of years. I don't know if I would necessarily describe them as tired. Get a time as anyway. I'm in the same place as like 2007. Damn. Yeah, that sounds like a felony waiting to happen, but I want you to know I encourage it fully. It's like, try not to have anything around that goes boom, and you guys have yourselves a grand old time. Careful inviting Buddy. But, like, Florida, I don't know. I see a lot of consistency in Florida. So, like I said, I'm not racist. I can't say it's just you, but I'm not sure I see it as much. Leaves, keep it in. He'll probably come around. Yep, that's why I'm saying be careful. Dude, Lawton just doing great job getting down low and throwing pressure on Samoskevich. Bennett gets it deep. Wool's going to play it from behind the net. 6:10 to go in the game. Benoit out from behind his own net. Through neutral. Rodriguez into neutral, across the red, into the zone, throws it up high, back to Rodriguez. It comes leaking forward. And who is that? Boquist just not able to round up the puck. And it eventually works its way out. Tavares making moves, but good defense by Mikkola. Oh, great little... Okay. Got to be careful who I'm saying reach around in front of here. Oh, no, why is the... That should be a hand pass, though. That should have been a hand pass. That was a great job by Toronto right there. I don't know who that was. I think they said it was McCabe. Dude, McCabe just hit the shit out of Benoit. What? Big shot from Kulikov hits the backboards. Lustrinin looking around. He gets it tossed down. Puck comes to the low point. Let's see, Marchand throws one on net. Holy shit, dude. Matthews actually got it through. I thought he turned it over, but cameraman just let me down. Nyes just gets abused. Still gets the puck forward. Bobrovsky finally gloves it. It's Kulikov and Yarncroc go at it, but what? McCabe just straight up lined up his own man and dropped a hip on him. We got a GTA 6 second trailer. Dude, I have tried so hard to get excited about GTA 6, and I just can't do it. I have tried so hard. And I've looked at a lot of stuff, and it could be just that I haven't played Grand Theft Auto in so long that it's like we got space travel again before we got GTA 6, right? Like, I almost feel like we're closer to going to landing on the moon again than to actually getting GTA 6 for any game these days. That's kind of where I'm at, D. It's like I said, I want to be excited for GTA 6 so bad. I'm having such a hard time. And it's kind of like what Stygian Wolf said. If I have a hard time getting excited for anything in the way of gaming. Can't get excited for any new COD. Dude, I haven't been excited for a Call of Duty in a long time. And it's like, and Stygian Wolf can tell you, like, he doesn't need to, but he can tell you how Call of Duty was for me. Like, I have pictures. Eventually, I'll get them off my old phone of having, like, having worldwide leaderboards in the single digits and double digits. Right? Like, and then when Blackout came out, I was like, I liked it, but And then when Warzone came out with Verdansk, got into that, started being a 20 bomb kind of guy on Verdansk. Oh, races. Ooh. I have pictures of being number 6 on the leaderboards in Black Ops 2. Like, there were times where I ran over 1,000 score per minute, bro. Like, that was my game. And it's all I want for them to do is remaster Black Ops 2. Don't change a thing. and then release it. Just don't change anything. Florida, 3.5 to go. Puck worked all the way up to the high boards, missed after missing the net wide. But, like, yeah, the best time I had in recent years in COD was the gunfight tournaments. Yeah. See, races, Stygian Wolf and I, dude, all the time, we would just get a little bit, like, a couple beers, a little bit of liquor, whatever, and we would just have some drinks and play the Warzone tournament, or the gunfight tournaments, the 2v2s. Otherwise, the game is a grind, just isn't worth it to me. Exactly, D. But yeah, we would just run 2v2s. And have a blast. Like, the gunfight tournaments were fun. But, I miss Black Ops 2. I miss, getting 100 kill games on Nuketown, on Slums, on Standoff, Carrier, on Hijacked, like, all that. Today, those $2 camos cost $20. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Give me the game exactly as it originally is. Do not change anything about the functionality or the gameplay. Charge however much you want for a camo, because I never use camos, dude. Like, I get diamond and just get gold, get diamond, and I never rock camo. It just never matters to me. Now, I know other people do care. But as long as the game functions the way the original game did, charge whatever you want, make all your money, no problem. But have the gameplay the exact same, have the maps the exact same, have the guns the exact same, all of it. Just tune up, make the graphics look better, and then stop. That's all. I pray for that to happen, knowing it never will. All right, just under 3 minutes. Florida pulled the goalie. Kachuk sends it down low. Marchand has it in the low boards. He gets it to the point. Top dot shot goes wide up the boards. Reinhardt keeps it in. Down to Marchand, who lets it go. Barkov back to Marchand. Big shot by Reinhardt goes wide. Jones at the point sends it back down low into the high corner. Riley fighting with Verhaeghe. Lawton for help with Barkov. And who is that? Lorentz gets it into neutral. Reinhardt back the other way. Quick pass gets it to Kachuk. Down into the corner. Kachuk takes a quick beating, but Woll does a great job to stop an attempt by Reinhardt and Marchand. Jones, top of the eye circle to Verhaeghe. Reinhardt has it in the corner. He backhands it around. Kachuk up to Jones. Back to Kachuk. Shot. And it hits a body out front. McCabe gets in the way. And the puck comes out. McCabe just got his stick taken from him. Battle down low. We're counting down. Nyes up high. McCabe down low. Puck comes out front. And Toronto is able to send it deep. Marner getting it out and back. Barkov resetting in his own zone. Tosses it to Jones. Back to Barkov. Cross the red line into the Toronto zone. Low boards. And Toronto hits their own man. Nyes ends up getting in the way of the clearing attempt by Benoit, but finally the puck comes to neutral. 60 seconds to go. Favorite mission and favorite zombie map multiplayer. Yep. I just want to Hell and Blobs 2. Where the both met. Yeah. Yeah, we met playing Black Ops, but Black Ops 2 had all my favorite. Oh, Black Ops 2 was where we both met. Yeah, me and Stygian Wolf and I met playing Black Ops 2. And the zombies, dude, Origins was sick. All right, we got an icing. We got 33-7 to go in the game. But, oh, dude, Estate, like, it had all my favorite maps. Standoff was probably my favorite, but I loved Estate. I love Slums. That was like I love that Nuketown. All of it. But Origins was my favorite. I got into that with another buddy. I'll say he actually might have a better. He's played more zombies than I have. What was the Western? Oh, Buried. Dude, Buried was so much fun. I think that's what it was. Dude, Alcatraz and Buried. Yep. Dude, honestly, those were all three of them, right? Alcatraz, Buried, and Origins. Like, those are the best three zombies ever for me. But I played those more than any other zombies by a lot. By a lot. Oh, dude, Hijack was like guaranteed. Like, dude, Hijack, Standoff, and Estate. Oh, and Slump. Like I said, all the maps I listed, they were all like, oh, okay. Cargo. Those were all, oh, okay, we won this one. And like just go in and start, and I would just mop up people. Like I said, I think my average score per minute on that game was like 800. Ugh. Didn't hate Transit either, like most people. Yeah, I didn't play much of Transit. I will say I have thought about downloading, because I have a couple of the Call of Duty games. I just haven't played them. I've thought about downloading them, like downloading Cold War or something just for zombies. Just because I want to go and play zombies. Florida gets it towards the net. They have 17 seconds. Toronto gets it. Matthews out. Up to Tavares, but Florida's going to get it back. Bennett gets it in. Throws it opposite corner. Big shot goes wide, and the puck's going to clear. 1-0, and that is game. Toronto wins it 4-3. I like Modern Warfare 2 and 3, but I was more of a Battlefield guy. For sure, Demi. We got down on some Battlefield, bro. Battlefield, I want to say it was Battlefield 1. Game was Battlefield 1942. Nice. See, like, I started with World at War with Call of Duty, and then went to, kind of went through that progression. Played Battlefield a little bit. Played Battlefield 3 a little. Battlefield 4 a little. Went back to Battlefield 1, and I really liked that one. I had a lot of fun playing with a bunch of people on that one. And then I kind of fell out of gaming for a while. And when I came back to Blackout was the game. And so played Blackout, did a little bit of whatever that one was with, Black Ops 3 or whatever that one was with. But played Blackout a bunch. Then went into the remake for Modern Warfare. Got excited about the multiplayer. Then I didn't really enjoy the multiplayer. Started playing Warzone, and I started going, like, once I figured out how to play Warzone, I started really having fun with it. So, like, hopping on Alcatraz for Rebirth and dropping 20 or 25. Hopping into Verdansk and dropping 20. Like, that became a lot of fun. I really liked Rebirth. Stygian and Wolf and I really got good together on Rebirth because we could go our separate ways and do what we needed to do and then come back to help each other out and kind of regroup, get the load out, and then kind of separate again. And so Stygian, I actually, the only reason I would get back into playing Warzone, well, there's two reasons. One is if Stygian Wolf said, fuck it, let's play it. And two, the fact that Verdansk and Alcatraz are live right now for Warzone, those are the only two reasons I'd get back into playing that. But dude, you're right, Demi. Battlefield 1 was great. But hey, guys, I'll tell you what. I am going to reset real quick. Do you remember the hatred between COD and Halo fans? Hell yeah, dude. That shit was hysterical. I've said as a solo, but in a group. Yeah. Apparently this year, COD 1, a sequel, Black Ops 2, takes place 10 years later. Say, like I said, I don't have the enthusiasm for it anymore. Cheaters have gotten out of control. The prices have gotten out of control. If you guys play again, I'll play. Tell you what, Demi, I will let you. You know what, bro? Once the playoffs are done, we're gonna need stuff to do all summer. So we'll come. We might have to do that, bro. We might have to do that because it sounds like fun. Again, I haven't gotten excited about any video games in a long time, but it sounds like fun to just get a couple beers or a bottle of bourbon and hang out and play video games. Now, granted, like D and I have done, Stidgy and Wolf and I have done that with like Escape from Tarkov and Fish the Planet and stuff. But like to go in and get some hardcore, old school, first person shooter PvP, I am in, dude. But like I said, I miss 6v6 small map war. Like, I miss being able to, like, I had all the tricks to get you to move. Like, I knew how to get you where I wanted you to be so that, like, if I don't want to kill you yet, but I got to deal with something over here, I will move you over there. I'll take care of my problem here, and then we'll come back and have this fight, and I'll drop you. Like, oh, it's so much fun. And then, I started figuring out quick scoping, and once I dialed in quick scoping, it was over. I don't know if I have any on here. I got some old Warzone clips. I know that. I don't even know. I'm not sure where to find them. But I've got some old Warzone clips. Hell, hang on a sec. Hang on, I got one for you. So I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to take a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to start up the other stream, but I got one for you. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where is it? Here it is. All right, it may be kind of trash and hard to see. Oh, let me hide that. Let me hide the time. All right, so y'all know Black Ops 2, then y'all know Meltdown, right? So we're playing Domination. Coming up the stairs, right up the gut to B, you see that. This is one of my favorite clips I've ever recorded. So chuck a couple of tomahawks, just something I always do out of boredom. Wait for it. Right down there. 1, 2, 3. See what happened. What had happened was, so there's the tomahawk right there, right? Wait for it. One of my favorite all-time clips. I'm actually not sure what this one was. Probably a random stick. Oh. Ha! Ha 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 ha. I wasn't sure what this one is, but see right there, you see his foot glitching through the wall. You got the classic double boinker with the underbarrels. Dude, that was my favorite way to start out matches, was just to throw stuff and shoot stuff across. So watch it. Guy goes running out in front of her. Bink! This is just one of those fun ones. Like, this was, you get bored, you run around with the B-23Rs and the tomahawks. Hardcore, so there's no reticle. Gotta love it, man. Oh, this is a good one too. Favorite, dude. Favorite. Firing range. The good. Oh wait, this isn't the one I thought it was. Hang on, I gotta find the one I'm thinking of. Thinking it was. I think it's this one. C4 over the wall to A. Knock the whole team off the flag. I mean, 1,200 points. Get capture B. So I ended up with 1,400 points. 9 seconds into the game. All right. Oh, whoop. Not bad though, huh? I miss those times. All right, but I am going to wrap up here. I'm going to be a little late for the start of the Stars and the Jets, but we'll load that up in a few minutes. So, see you guys when we get back from that. Again, ending this one. Keep an eye out for the new one to start up, and I hope I see you guys over there.